Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Tim.
Welcome to another epic journey.
And we are in San Marcos today. And we went to the Commemorative Air Force.
Yeah, this is great. This is where all the old Warbirds that are owned personally by people, but they fly them on the weekends. They are museum quality Warbirds from World War II.
Right. While we're in San Marcos, which is a lovely little college town, we enjoyed good barbecue.
Yeah, excellent barbecue at Blacks Barbeque. There. This is Texas barbecue, a little bit different than the Memphis barbecue that we had a few weeks ago. Yeah, but fantastic. I mean, this is Texas barbecue.
Yeah, lovely little college town. They've got art galleries, lots of stuff to look at. We walked around town square. Come and join us. Follow along, guys.
Okay, let's go. Let's do.
Okay. Are you still hiding? He's peeking. Look at.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
check it out. This is about what? 10 minutes? Not even 10 minutes. Set up this time?
Yeah. We had this set up, back open, top, bedrooms ready.
Okay, where are we at?
We are at Leisure Resorts.
Leisure Resorts Campground, right on the San Marcos River.
There it is, right over there. Yeah.
You just got to climb down the bank here a little bit to get to it. And the water is beautiful, crystal clear, about 60, 65 degrees right now. There's Peter headed for the water. Check it out. We got our spot on the river. Man, we're loving life because we're on another epic journey.
The El Camino Real Trail went from Mexico City through San Marcos all the way to the Louisiana border. It was the 18th century thoroughfare in Spanish colonial Texas. There were two Jeeps on display at the museum. GPW is the original name for the Jeep. G stood for government, P stood for 80-inch wheelbase, and W stood for Willys, aka the Jeep. When you say GPW, GP for short, became Jeep. Originally, they were made by Ford. It's a wonder how we won the war. The B-25 Mitchell bomber was named in honor of General Billy Mitchell, a pioneer of U.S. military aviation. 18,482 of these were produced, 13 of them remain, and 2 of them are airworthy today. It was the mainstream of strategic bombing in Europe, carrying almost 8,000 pounds of bombs. Each craft, C45 Expeditor, was a utility trainer aircraft. Based on the civilian Model 18, and it became the C45 in 1939. These planes were in service all the way into the early 60s. Some of them actually were part of the Strategic Air Command. P-39 Air Cobra was produced by Bell Aircraft. It had a top speed of 400 miles an hour, also known as the P-400. The 99th Fighter Squadron flew primarily Air Cobras. These were the Tuskegee Airmen. They were black servicemen in the U.S. Army Air Forces who trained at the Tuskegee Army Air Base in Alabama during World War II. There were over 150 distinguished flying crosses awarded to the Tuskegee Airmen. The Douglas C-47 Skytrain is probably one of the most famous World War II aircraft. The C-47 Skytrain could hold 28 paratroopers. 13,000 paratroopers jumped on D-Day from these planes. That's All Brother was the name of the plane that led the main airborne invasion of Normandy on D-Day. The plane led over 800 C-47s. The Cessna U-3A support aircraft was a military version of the Cessna 310, aka the Blue Canoe, built from 1955 to 1980. It was a light administrative liaison cargo and utility transport. The North American T-6 Texan made its debut in 1935. It's a single-engine advanced aircraft trainer, and it was used by the United States Army Air Forces. The North American plant in Dallas is where they were manufactured, hence the name Texan. The BT-13 trainer was built in 1939 by Vultee. The Bell 47G helicopter is probably the most recognized helicopter due to the Nash 4077 television series. The one on display here was the Nash 8054. Nash stands for Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. Mobile Army Surgical Hospitals were the U.S. field hospitals that were conceptualized in 1946 as replacements to the World War II era auxiliary surgical groups.
This is a great museum here in San Marcos. I've probably wandered off to places I shouldn't have been. I'm standing here in front of, you know what? I don't even know the name of this plane. Probably a late 50s series jet fighter. Cool and awesome.
Tim and myself are cousins. We are 2 of 20 grandchildren on our grandfather's side. Our fathers were brothers, and they had 3 sisters, whom were all married to airmen in World War II.
This was the greatest American generation.
Our Uncle Buddy, Gerald Carroll, was a 3rd-class ordnance man in the Navy Air Bombing Squadron 133 in the South Pacific. They flew Lockheed PV-1 Vega Ventura bombers, and as flight crew, Uncle Buddy was the top turret gunner. The nose art on his plane was called Going My Way. Our Uncle Bill Gagnon started in the Army Air Corps Flight School in Louisiana. He became a navigator of the B-26 Marauder bomber in the Pacific Theater.
There he is.
Our other Uncle Bill Andrews enlisted in the Army in October of 1942.
Uncle Bill was also your godfather.
Yes, he was, and after the war, he was discharged from the Army Air Forces back into civilian life.
Your dad and Grandpa Pete also served in World War II.
That's right, Tim. Grandpa Pete was in the Merchant Marines, and my dad was in the Army Corps of Engineers.
For sure, they were the greatest American generation. Let's get back to the Commemorative Air Force Museum, followed by some Texas barbecue and a short look at downtown San Marcos.
Rosie the River was originally painted by Norman Rockwell for the Saturday Evening Post edition of May 29, 1943. The U.S. government used the image to urge women to work in the labor force during World War II for the defense effort, particularly building aircraft. More than 300,000 aircraft were built during World War II. That's more than 250,000 planes. Think of all of those rivets that were installed by Rosie the River. Nose art was primarily a morale booster. The nose art was also a way for men to identify and separate themselves from other crews or planes within their unit. In a sense, the nose art helped to create camaraderie within the crew, and that camaraderie proved beneficial since each crew member depended on the other members for survival.
Central unit of the
Commemorative Air Force.
That's it. Formerly known,
CAF.
yeah, formerly known actually as the Confederate Air Force. We're heading into San Marcos. We got a recommendation for a nice Texas barbecue called Blacks.
All right, so here we go. Let's go.
Blacks Barbeque was established in 1932.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Get all put together. Yep.
Third generation owner Kent Black uses the simple rub with slow smoked local post oak.
Oh yeah.
Or on whole chicken or half chicken with thighs, ribs, pork bellies, pork spare ribs, beef brisket, smoked turkey, chopped brisket, pulled pork, and homemade sausage.
Texas barbecue.
We didn't have the chicken thighs. We had brisket and pork spare ribs, beef spare ribs, and beef brisket.
Just finished up lunch at Blacks Barbecue. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it 8.5. Only thing I didn't like is they didn't have an IPA, but they had everything else. A wonderful barbecue, juicy brisket. The ribs were amazing. So it's off to an art gallery.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm ready if you're ready.
I'm ready.
The San Marcos Art Center is a venture of the San Marcos Art League. It's one of 5 art galleries in the San Marcos area. It's located in the town square area. All types of media is displayed here, including clay, mosaic, stained glass jewelry, and fine art from a rotating pool of local artists.
It's a little art gallery after barbecue lunch. So we are in San Marco Town Square. Back of the courthouse here, and a little Jeep is behind us, parked over there. Very cute little town.
The LBJ Museum in San Marcos is right on the town square. It commemorates the formative years that Lyndon Baines Johnson had as a student at the Texas State University. At that time it was called the Southwest Texas State Teachers College. The Great Society legislation he passed as 36th President of the United States was attributed to his time in San Marcos.
Trying to walk off that barbecue. So it doesn't put us to sleep. No, yeah, we're about ready to doze, but I think a good idea is to go back to our campground. Yeah, they got a swimming pool, and even though the sun's not out, it's in the mid-80s right now. So take a dip in the pool. Taking a dip in the pool sounds like a really good plan. That's what we're going to do.
Leisure Resort Campground was only 13 miles from downtown San Marcos. We stayed there 2 nights. It's right on the San Marcos River. They've got RV sites, they've got a nice swimming pool, and a lot of nice just tent sites, which are right on the Marcos River. Leisure Resort was a little over a mile from the main highway. It's easy to find, there's big signs, but it was plenty quiet. It's surrounded by the San Marcos River and a cattle ranch on one side. Highly recommended.
We're just about ready to break camp. Pretty much everything's packed up. We've been in Leisure Resort, close to San Marcos, Texas, right along the San Marcos River. 2 nights here, another awesome place we've managed to find. We've been extremely lucky so far. Only one RV park, was Sand Spur by the highway. Every place else that we've managed to land has been remarkable, and there's more to come, guys. Stay tuned and make sure that you subscribe, hit that bell, get your notifications, and we'll see you very soon. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. You're clear. Keep coming.